Start here with ABC's Mary Bruce leading us off on the Harris campaign tonight.
Kamala Harris jetting off to battleground Pennsylvania, tonight barnstorming the must-win state with 4 separate stops on the last full day of her whirlwind campaign. In Scranton, Harris rallying volunteers. She's visited Pennsylvania 18 times since launching her campaign, more than any other battleground. Her team telling us they've knocked on 5 million doors in this state alone.
Are we ready to do this? We're ready to get out the vote? We're ready to win? All right.
Harris has spent weeks painting a dire picture of a second Trump term, but in the past 24 hours, she hasn't mentioned him once by name. Choosing instead to close her campaign on a positive message, returning to the theme of optimism.
Our campaign has tapped into the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people. We are optimistic and excited about what we will do together, and we here know it is time for a new generation of leadership in America. And I am ready to offer that leadership as the next president of the United States of America.
Donald Trump today hitting 3 key states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and North Carolina.
We have to turn out and vote tomorrow. We're going to vote.
But in contrast with Harris, the former president's message at the end of this race increasingly dark. Over the weekend, joking he wouldn't mind if the journalists covering his rally were shot.
And I have this piece of glass here, but all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much, because I don't mind that.
It comes just days after he imagined guns trained at the face of former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
In the final days, Trump, who lost both the popular vote in 2020 and the Electoral College, insisting he should never have left the White House.
I shouldn't have left. I mean, honestly, because we did so well.
And he's already questioning this election. Today, top election officials in key battlegrounds speaking out, saying the vote is secure. From Michigan.
Candidates don't get to decide who wins elections. Voters do. And so we will keep reminding folks of that truth.
To North Carolina.
I would just, make a plea to the candidates and elected officials. Have a peaceful transition of power. Accept the results. Concede defeat when necessary.
To Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger.
Our systems are secure, and our people are ready. At the end of the day, it's going to be fair and fast and accurate.
Mary Bruce with us here at election headquarters in New York. Here we go, Mary. Election Eve. Let me ask you this, because we've seen the early turnout. It's been really spectacular on both sides. Republican supporters of Donald Trump listened to the former president. They went out early this time because he now supports the early vote. So this really does come down to who you can get out on Election Day to add up to those totals. What is the Harris campaign doing? What do they make of the early vote numbers? Are they concerned by how many Republicans have turned out early? It's a big change.
It is, but David, the Harris team tells me tonight that they are not alarmed by these early vote numbers. They feel strongly that these are voters that would be backing Donald Trump anyway. They're just coming out and voting early. They do not see it as a sign that Donald Trump is reaching out and bringing in new voters. And tonight, the Kamala Harris campaign is touting their ground game. They say Donald Trump's operation just can't compete.
So they're convinced it's ground game on the Harris side and that these are Republican voters who would have come out on Election Day anyway.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll see.